Preamble in a constitutional institute, Sikri CJ observed, no authority has been referred before us to establish the propositions that what is true about the powers is equally true about the prohibitions and limitations. Even from the preamble, limitations have been derived in some cases. It seems to the preamble of our constitution is of extreme importance and the constitution should be read and interpreted in the light of the grand and noble vision expressed in the preamble. In fact, the preamble was relied on in improving implied limitations on the amending power of Parliament under Article 368 of the Constitution. In that case, it was held that the basic elements in the preamble cannot be amended under Article 368. In Randhir Singh versus Union of India, the Supreme Court relying on the preamble and Article 14 and 16 held that Article 39D, in which says a constitutional right of equal pay for equal work for both men and women. The purpose it serves. The preamble serves the following purposes. It indicates the source from which the Constitution comes, the people of India. It contains the enacting clause which brings into force the Constitution. It declares that great rights and freedoms which the people of India intended to secure to all citizens and the basic type of government and polity which was to be established. It is ordained by the people of India through their representatives assembled in a sovereign constituent assembly. The preamble declares in unambiguous terms that it is the people of India who have adopted, enacted and given to themselves the Constitution. It declares therefore that the source of authority under the Constitution is the people of India and there is no subordination of any external authority. The preamble of the Constitution declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular democratic republic. Sovereign power is that which is absolute and uncontrolled. In the words of Cooley, a state is sovereign where there resides within itself a supreme and absolute power acknowledging no superior. The word sovereign emphasizes that India is no more dependent upon any outside authority. However, India is still a member of the Commonwealth of Nations. But as it has been said, its membership of the Commonwealth of Nations is not inconsistent with her independent sovereign status. In a democratic state, it may have an elected or two head. It is republic because the head of the state is not a hereditary monarch. In a republic, the political sovereignty vests in the people and the need of the state is only a person elected by the people for a fixed them.